This is what you saved your lunch money for. To the green here in Bloomington. Beal going to dash up into turns 1 and 2. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 having to kind of tiptoe a little bit there and keep her up above the ruts. He's going to have the lead as they work onto the back straightaway, trying to go back-to-back here in the spring edition of USAC competition. He'll lead lap number 1. Kyle Cummins running in that second spot. C.J. Leary, Jake Swanson, Jaden Rogers. That was your top 5 when they cross the start-finish line. Battle for the third spot. Swanson down to the inside. Leary, Cowboy up on the outside here. Leaves the inside open for that mighty kind. Cannabis Seltzer's number 66. Rogers trying to capitalize on it here. He does so onto the back straightaway. Takes it for the 4th spot. Leary back to 6th. Now back to 7th. He'll have the company from the inside. That will be the 24 of Mahako, able to make his way by up front. Logan 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮. He has got the 3P right there now. Pulls to his inside. Can he pull the trigger and get it done? Can't quite get there. Goes back to the top shelf over in turns 1 and 2. Robert, look out. Ballou nearly sailed it off the top of the racetrack. Saves it, though. Going to give a couple of spots back in the process as the challenge for the race lead ongoing. Kyle Cummins right there. Going to diamond top to bottom. Has a run to the bottom side of the Speedway. Dances the car a little bit onto the back straightaway. Does the 2-step and gets it back underneath him here. Both drivers right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Battle for the 3rd spot. Here comes Jaden Rogers. Rogers to the inside of Jake Swanson. Those two have been battling over the last couple of laps here as they work onto the back straightaway. In the meantime, lap traffic dead ahead. Here comes the pass for the lead. Maybe not. Kyle Cummins had it lined up at the bottom side. Couldn't carry the momentum around as he danced her through the ruts. Once again, he goes top in 1 and 2. Brings it down to the bottom. We'll have 1 pull off the back straightaway. Clears the racetrack. We stay green. Abacus Racing trying to go back to victory lane. Cummins trying to add 1 more here in 2025. He'll use the slower car to the inside as a pit. Splits the lap cars through turns 1 and 2, and now puts a couple of them between himself and the 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 windows and doors at number 3 as they roll through turns 3 and 4. That has allowed Jaden Rogers to come into the fold. Rogers up into that mix right now, is nearly knocking on the door, trying to make something happen. Works by the slower cars on the back straightaway. Clean racetrack, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for the time being. It is still 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 coming around this time, just past the midpoint with 14 to go. Rides the middle groove into turns 1 and 2. Cummins working a little bit higher that time. Still only a couple of car lengths separate them this time into turns 3 and 4. Having to contend with slower cars to the outside. Cummins a big run to the front straightaway. Finds the hole and he's got it. New leader into turns 1 and 2. Kyle Cummins going to take over with 13 laps remaining. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 still right there giving chase. Battle for the 3rd spot. Robert Ballou trying to take it away from Jaden Rogers. Found the door slammed on his face, though, as they work through turns 1 and 2. Now Ballou off of the bottom up to the middle that time through turns 3 and 4. Holds on time Mahako. He's going to go back up about 3/4 away at the racing surface, and the entry of 1 brings it down to the middle at the exit to number 2. Up front, Cummins varying his line as we've seen him do throughout this one. Enters more to the top and then brings it down to the middle. That time caught a rut on the way through turns 1 and 2, but just turned his quickest lap of the race at a 12:5:36 last time by. Able to fend off the challenge here. Has a run to the back straightaway looking for 3rd. Does Robert have anything here in the closing laps as he works top shelf through turns 3 and 4? He's up to 3rd. He's looking for 2nd. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮. He's got unwanted company to the outside. Robert Ballou hammers down onto the back straightaway. Side by side for the runner-up spot. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 holds on to it for the time being. They're nearly 3 wide. They thought about it. Jaden Rogers looked to the bottom, backed out of it, and now caution lights once again. We'll try it again. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮 trying to look to the inside of Cummins for the lead. Wasn't able to get there. Now Robert Ballou with a good run to the back straightaway. Can he bring the momentum around to the near side of the racetrack? 2 to go. Ballou trying to get the run to the back straightaway. He's got it. He's up to 2nd. Now, question is, can he reel in Kyle Cummins? He will diamond it down across the racetrack to turns 3 and 4. Waiting for the white flag. 1 to go. Ballou up top. Cummins through the middle, down to the bottom, onto the back straightaway. Nice and smooth this time into the final 2 turns here in the Larry Rice Classic. Victory lane calls, and Kyle Cummins will answer in 3. As he will crawl up top. Race fans, let him hear it. Your winner, Kyle Cummins.
Brian, so Kyle Cummins, again, you're a winner of the Larry Rice Classic, picking up your 4th win on the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car season. And it seemed like in order to get around Logan 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑳𝑰𝑮, it was a mere waiting game. But every restart that came after that, how'd you keep the car under you?
Just trying to stay calm. There at the beginning, he got me, and I was being a little easy with the car. And we got a really, really good, smooth slick track car. And, man, that baby's hooked up. And all night we were loosening it up. And there about, I don't know, the first 5-6 laps, it was like super tight, and but I was running out of tear-offs, and so I was kind of getting a little impatient, and so it was time to get out there so I could have some so I could at least see where the ruts were at. I think that was key, getting to where you could actually see a little bit and kind of at least hit your mark or try to hit your mark. But no, it was that was a treacherous one. That was a lot of turning left, bouncing, and but you know that's what these sprint cars are doing. Sometimes it's smooth and fast and slick, and sometimes it's cowboy up. So it's kind of cool to get a cowboy up one. The other ones we've won's been pretty slick. So to kind of gas it up, get some wheelies, biking up a little bit. I'm glad we got this one tonight.
Definitely can't say it's a fluke when you've won on just about every single type of racing surface so far in 2025. Being the leader, I know everybody has a different opinion on whether or not you want to be the leader or running second when things come down to it like that. What was your take on that and with all of those restarts?
Being the leader, I think, just the way the track was. I mean, they could have been better than I was, but just the way, if I knew if I got in, got it turned, they're not going to drive around you because I'd have a good shot. So being the leader was definitely the place to be. I didn't like to see all them cautions. It was the longest last 3 laps that I've ran in a long time. But just, got to give it up to Jerry Petty with the \𝑰𝑮𝑉𝑗𝑗 Windows and Doors. Jerry's gave us everything to, to be competitive in and out. And, he just he leaves it up to me to make my decisions and, try to go out and win these races. But just got to give it up to him, give it up to the Lord Jesus Christ, keeping everybody safe on this treacherous track tonight. And I'm not saying anything bad about Bloomington. I love Bloomington Speedway. They got a lot of rain. It's not their fault. It was, I think the people who took it over and, putting a lot of time into it. So, thank you for the racetrack. It's just, this is how it is when it's raining a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We've had a lot of rain. So, that's how the track's going to be. There's nothing you can do. So. They'll get it shaped up, and midsummer it's going to be slick as glass. So, but just thanks Premier Recycling, all the people on the car, Lucas Oil, Bill Floyd, Apache Scapes with Phil Rossi. There's just everyone, all my crew guys, Sure Built Shocks. That gave them shocks a workout tonight. So thanks everybody. DMI rear ends, Avco brakes, Avco radiators, or Willwood brakes, Avco radiators. Just a bunch of people. K1 Bell helmets. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.
He will extend his point lead with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. Kyle Cummins, your winner of the Larry Rice Classic with his 4th win on the 2025 season.